All right, we are bouncing up live. Talk to myself before we start as people are jumping on board. Let's see if we are live on Facebook tonight. Let's see if it goes up quickly. Yes, we are up quick on Facebook tonight. Fantastic. I'll wait for all you wonderful people to come in to the show. There we go. Hello, Vivian from Michigan. Hello, Adam from, not sure, Adam Gainesville. Gainesville, you're a Gator. Kinda. Maybe. Been to Gainesville a couple times. Lisa from Philadelphia. Hello there. Nova Scotia. That's fantastic, Suzanne. Hello, Jill in Jacksonville. QLD Australia. Who was that? Who was that? Who was that? Who was that? That was THC, that health club from Australia. Love it. Alberta, Canada, Mervyn. Pottsville, Pennsylvania on Periscope. John. Well, we're going to talk about John a little bit tonight. Adelaide, South Australia, Sarah. That is so cool. I love my Americans, obviously, and I love my UK, and I love my Nova Scotias. I think it's totally cool that I have Thailand and Australia. Pretty sweet. Montreal. Hello, Anna. Hello, Miami. Carrie from Calgary. I've flown into Calgary one time. It was the middle of the night, so I couldn't go anywhere. I had to fly to near Vancouver from there. Patrick from Buffalo. Dominic Perron from Orlando, Florida. Wow. Is he in Orlando, Florida, or is he 5 feet away from me? New Zealand, Lisa. New Zealand, yes. What type of doctor am I? I am a doctor of chiropractic, and I also deal in clinical nutrition. Eric from Marathon, New York. Marathon, New York is my hometown. That's awesome. Monteverde, Florida, Tara, hello. Plattsburgh, New York, Chris. I love saying hi to people for the first couple minutes. It's so much fun. Extreme, Idaho, Terry, hello. Well, thank you guys for pushing around the Patriot Giveaway. As you see, it's down below again, patriotgiveaway.com. I want someone to get some meat and some books and a membership, because I will tell you, we're going to dive into the mask thing, but I'm going to tell you, so here you go. My wife and I actually have several organic or health food stores around us. We have a Whole Foods near our office, which I don't really go to anymore. When you can find Cheerios at Whole Foods, you know we have a problem. So I don't really go there that much anymore. We have a couple others near our office, and there's one near our house. And we go to them sometimes, right? But after I tell you what happened today with the whole mask ordinance, I probably won't be going a lot more, because I really don't want to deal with the idiocy out there. But also, I get most of my groceries ordered or delivered to my house. So my wife and I, just to kind of give you an idea, my wife and I, we order probably 2 to 4 weeks of meat at a time. And so right now, currently, I have a whole deer from a friend of ours in our freezer. But I also have another several weeks of just regular meat, U.S. Wellness meats. So that's how we order food. We are very busy from 7, 8 o'clock in the morning till sometimes tonight. We got home late again. I come home, jump right into this essentially. So we don't have tons of time to go shopping. Plus, I really don't love shopping. I don't mind it, but I don't love it. So we get U.S. Wellness meats delivered to our house every couple weeks, typically. Okay, typically. Sometimes it goes a little longer, but again, we're meat, some vegetable, and fat eaters. So we don't actually eat a ton of food. That's why I tell people it's not super expensive to actually eat really healthy, because you don't need a lot. I love elk. Elk is probably my favorite, okay? Probably my favorite. Now, let's dive in. Dr. Jason Dean, Revolution Network, your source for health, freedom, and knowledge. And I'm going to remind you, I'll show you again later. Maybe I'll show you again now. Let me just show you. Let me tease it. Let me tease it now before we start tonight. Let me show you what we're doing. So if anyone doesn't know, get on it now. PatriotGiveaway.com. This is what we're doing. I announced it last night. We're doing a giveaway. Dean Family Meat Delivery, 9 books, 1-year membership to Weston A. Price Foundation. Go to PatriotGiveaway.com. I'll show you again at the end of the night. Get on there. It's fun. You got to play a game, though. You got to like games. You got to love games because we love having fun. My wife, myself, daughter, we play games. It's fun. It's part of family time. Remember I talked about family last night? Get your family involved with games. Bring board games back. Make America great again by bringing board games back. That's what we do. Okay, so let's dive in tonight because I want to show you some things. And the first one, let's have some fun. How does that sound? Now, I know some of you have seen this, so don't yell at me. I know some of you have seen this, but I want to show you anyway, okay? Here we go.
Hey, it's going over a little bit around the world now. They want to remove the statue of Gandhi, okay? All he wanted was peace. They want to take down Ulysses S. Grant. Well, he's the one that stopped the Confederates, right? So, you know, he was a great general. Nobody's stock went higher than his stock over the last 10 or 15 years.
But do you understand how you look at Thomas Jefferson, you look at George Washington, you look at James Monroe, look at James Madison? One thing they were brilliant. They also had slaves. So how do we grow as a country, but yet not forget our past?
So you have to understand history, and you have to understand the culture and so many other aspects of our country. And people can study that, and they can hate it, and let's all hate it. But you can't take down George Washington's statue, and half of our country is named after Washington. You can't do, we have to remember the heritage, the culture of our country. And, you know, this is less important, but it's very important. Some of the things that they're trying to destroy are magnificent pieces of art. Have you ever seen an area where a statue is removed and you look at the area and they put blacktop over the top of it? They put asphalt over the top and that's the end? And it was the center of a town or a village, and now the statue's gone and the whole village is like a different place. And here's the other problem I have. A lot of these people that want it down don't even know what they're taking down. I watch them on television and I see what's happening, and they're ripping down things. They have no idea what they're ripping down. But they started off with the Confederate and then they go to Ulysses S. Grant. Well, what's that all about? And they would knock down Lincoln. There's a group that wants to take down Lincoln. They haven't figured out exactly why yet. George Washington, Thomas Jefferson. I've stopped them twice now from going over to the Jefferson Memorial. Not going to happen.
Francis Scott Key, the latest writer of the national anthem.
He wrote the national anthem.
So, since you have done a lot for the African American community, what is your message to them who said my ancestors were enslaved because of their...
So that was the first one. Let's go to the one everyone wants. Let's go to this one.
With the panel right here, it's a panel. It didn't used to have the panel, but when FDR sat behind that desk, he wanted a panel. This is an original photo, right? You can see it. And it's right there. And that opens up, and that's John Kennedy. That's John. Who was a friend of mine. And who was getting ready. He was going to sell George magazine. He was a good friend. He was a great guy. And he was going to run for political office. He would have been very tough to beat. He had a lot of things going, including the look. We're not supposed to be talking about look anymore under the Me Too generation, but he had the look.
And do you remember the first time you were in the White House?
So I was here a long time ago. It was more or less of a fundraiser for Ronald Reagan. I was very young. I've been doing this a long time, but I was very young. And to think here we are in the Oval Office, which I would say is the most powerful, most important office anywhere in the world. I have friends coming in, I have people coming in, I have the biggest business people and heads of countries, and they sit back and they say, this is the Oval Office. It's pretty amazing.
And you were amazed by their reaction?
I've had hardened business people come into this office and start to cry. I don't think they've cried even when they were babies. I've had people come into this office, study it, look around. Could I look just for a second? And they start to cry. I have never seen anything like it.
And lastly, do you ever think?
By the way, was he tested? Because he's about 2 feet away. I can't get away from him.
I was tested.
Was he tested? Because they're gonna, you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna blame me. They're gonna say he didn't stay 6 feet away, and it's his fault.
But no, I got tested 10 minutes ago.
That's okay. Don't worry about it.
Leslie, you're part of history. Have you thought about that, or did you feel
I think about it all the time. I just want to do the best job that I can. And again, nobody has done so much. I'll give you a list that one after another, page after page of what we've done.
Gotcha. Now the question is, can I come anytime?
Anytime you want. You're always invited.
Okay, so the first one was about history. I had not planned on showing you both of them, but the first one was about history, and it really just talks about basically that we don't tear down statues in our country because somebody doesn't like something. You have to understand history. And by the way, if you hadn't heard before, President Trump's favorite founding father is Thomas Jefferson. And I will tell you, that was one of the only founding fathers that was not a Mason and was not part of the central bank grouping that some of the founders were, like the Hamiltons of the world, even Washington. So that's huge. And then we go on to, and I want to know why. So can anybody give me a reason why did they run a clip like that the beginning before 4th of July, him pointing out John F. Kennedy Jr., or as he said, John, right? And the way he said John, now I don't think he said he is my friend. Some people are saying he said he is my friend. I think he just, the way Trump speaks, I think and he's also a New Yorker. So I'm a New Yorker originally. My wife routinely tells me that I mumble, even though I don't think that I mumble. So I think that he has a little bit of New York in him, and I think it didn't come out exactly like, I don't think he said is, I think he said was my friend, and he was going to sell George magazine. However, why are they bringing this up now? Why are they highlighting it? Why did they run? And I'm not saying even Fox is a great network, because they're falling too. But why would they do that? Why would they do that now? I think that is so important, right? And then they go to the cut and the shot and everything else like that. I just feel like there's something there. And I will tell you, I'm the first person to say I am still very skeptical about JFK Jr. being alive. I mean, I want to believe it, because could you imagine, I say this all the time, could you imagine if he came out in the next month, 2 months, 3 months, whatever it is, and shocked the world? People would crap their pants. Like, this would be astronomical, off the charts, crazy, right? If he actually walked out. So, Dr. Dean, being a physician and really loving science, I have to think logically. I'm going, there's no way he's alive. Like, I'm still like I'm probably 60% he's not alive to 40% he is alive from a science standpoint, but from a emotion standpoint, I'm like 100%. Like, he's alive. So when I post stuff, I'm not posting because I'm trying to throw people off and be conspiracy. I'm posting because if that was the Trump card or one of the Trump cards and he walked out, and knowing full well that JFK Jr. said that a long time ago that he would take down the people that killed his father, I can't even fathom the consciousness rising on not only the American people, but the planet if he walked out. Imagine if Princess Diana walked out. So let's go total conspiratorial. Imagine if Princess Diana came out. There's even a guy on Twitter who's an anon who thinks that Elvis is still alive. Now, I am not into that necessarily, but could you imagine if there was some crazy thing going on behind the scenes all these years, and all of these people were still alive. Like, we would all be blown away, would we not? So I just think it's cool. I think it's amazing. I hope it happens, but I'm not sure it's going to happen. Now, what I want to do is I want to show you something here. I'm going to bring it up. Now, this is a little longer of a video, okay? This is a little longer of a video. I apologize for being a little longer of a video. When I say longer, it's about 7 minutes. We're going to watch it, though, because I need you guys to understand what's going on. So today, Seminole County, Florida, put in a mask mandate, okay? A mask mandate. I'm going to talk about the mask mandate, but I want you to watch this first, okay? If you've seen it, great. If you haven't seen it, here you go.
Hey guys, Jeff Neff here. Wanted to touch base with you tonight about something I think is very, very important for you to realize. I saw a video online of a guy that actually used a multi-gas meter to see what the oxygen content is that you're breathing in through a mask. But I didn't see the meter and I didn't see the actual test happening in a process. So I kind of questioned it. So I actually brought home, I have I borrowed from an MSA Alt-Air 5X, which is same multi-gas detector that the fire departments use. Has a little testing wand on it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the testing wand off because I can't put the testing wand up inside my mask. It does the same thing. What it does is this little meter actually sucks air in through it and it reads the gases that are in it. The important one that I want you to look at is right here in the top right hand corner is the oxygen level. In my house, the oxygen level is 20.8, which is normal. Should be anywhere around 20.5 to 21. OSHA allows you to work in an atmosphere at 19.5, which is what this alarms at. It'll alarm if it goes below 19.5 volume percentage of oxygen. It also does some other things with hydrogen sulfide, carbon monoxide, lower explosive level gases, things like that it'll pick up. But tonight I want to concentrate on what you're actually breathing in and oxygen. So I'm going to show you the meter during the whole test. I'm going to show you where this is going to be placed the whole time. Every time I put this next to my mouth or my nose, I'm breathing in oxygen, the air around me, and I'm breathing out carbon dioxide. No matter how hard I breathe, I'm breathing hard on top of this. If you can see in the top right-hand corner, it does not leave 20.8. So I'm getting plenty of oxygen, breathing great. Now hold that thought. I'm gonna leave the meter running. This is the sock I used to wear. Like most of you, you wear a neck sock like this for your mask. I'm gonna put this right in the same spot between my nose and my mouth. You can see right away that this is going into alarm. I'm not getting the required oxygen that I'm supposed to get. Right now this is showing 18.9% oxygen. It's going up and down, 19.7. 18.9, 19%. I'm going to reset the alarm so you can hear me. It's 18.9% with a sock on. I'm going to let that reset itself. Back up to 20.8. It'll start to suck fresh air again. That's a sock. This is what I switched to from the sock because it was more convenient. Probably the same type of mask you guys have been wearing around. It's kind of like a neoprene type mask. We're back up to 20.8. I'm gonna put this back in right below my nose on my upper lip. And you can see right away, I'm not breathing the required oxygen. Even OSHA wouldn't allow this to happen on an 8-hour day for somebody working. That's down to 15.5% oxygen in one of those neoprene masks. I'm gonna let that reset again. You can see the numbers for yourself, and nothing's hidden here. This is all right in front of you. That's a neoprene mask. I'll let that reset. Now we'll go to some very, very basic dust masks. This is the dust mask you'd wear to do work around your house with. Put that on. Make sure we're back up. We're back at 20.8. Again, I'll pick the tube right below my nose and above my upper lip. And I'll start to breathe in. This is the most basic, cheap mask you can put on your face, and it still does not allow you to get the proper oxygen intake in your body. It's doing a little better than the others. It's 18.2, but still below the 19.5% volume. Actually, I shouldn't even say that. That went all the way down to 15.5 inside that mask. It'll recover itself to 20.8. You'll recognize this mask. This is an N95 mask, the one that's qualified for all the medical people and first responders to actually wear. This is supposed to be the best of the best. Has an exhalation valve in it and everything. So you can imagine if somebody's wearing this for a long period of time during the day, again, 20.8 is the oxygen level going in through this tube. This machine's sucking the air in. We're gonna do the same thing. Put it right below my nose. And on my upper lip, I'll take a couple breaths. This is the best mask available. This is what they're telling all the medical people to wear. This is supposed to be the highest level mask that you can buy or have to work with. I'm down to 16.4% volume of oxygen that I'm breathing in through this. I'll reset that and let it go. Folks, I'm a simple person. I like to think of things in a common sense approach. And if you want science, this machine costs a lot of money. Us firefighters, we rely our lives on these things to tell us if an area is safe to go in or not. You can see as soon as I pulled that back out and it started to suck fresh air again, 20.8% oxygen level. This is for you to realize, no matter what you choose, head sock, neoprene type, fancy mask, cheap mask, N95, the best available. None of them allow you to breathe in the required oxygen level, which should be close to 21%. 20.8 is what I'd like to breathe, which is what my house has in it. But it goes down to anywhere down to 16.5 with any of these masks. I want to do this for you because I honestly wanted to test what I saw online because I didn't believe it. You got to see it firsthand. I didn't hide the meter from you. I didn't hide where the tube was going. Tube was on my nose and my lip at all times. Take it for yourself whether you think these masks are safe for you or not. Again.
So that is Jeff Neff, which, by the way, we just posted a link in there. Jeff Neff, great guy. Apparently running for state senate, which is fantastic. He's a smart guy that needs to be out there. Now, the funny part is, if you go to the video, he gets hammered for being non-scientific. When someone calls you non-science, you know what that means? That means that they can't confront that someone knows what they're doing. It also means that they want peer-reviewed articles from places like the CDC and the NIH and the FDA and all this different stuff. They don't mean science. It means they want to be told what to think, what to do in life. That's what it means. That's what you call clinical data right there. That's what you call actually showing people with a legitimate machine. And I don't know what that machine is. Obviously they work with it. And guess what? I'm going to probably trust the firemen, right? Because they deal with toxic fumes possibly every day when they go into situations that they go into. And so they know what oxygen is all about. And if you have all the masks going off with a lack of oxygen and breathing your own carbon dioxide, not a good thing. He's just showing you facts. That's what he's showing you, right? And it was very clear. And he even said he created that because he saw another one and it wasn't really good enough for him. He's kind of a skeptic. So he did it himself and then showed it. Okay. And so this is how the world works. It's real life. Okay. Now, in Florida, many of you guys are saying that there's mass mask mandates going around, etc. So I work in Seminole County, Florida. Today, they announced that in Seminole County, Florida, there would be a mask mandate starting this Wednesday. So everyone's been asking, what are you going to do, Dr. Dean? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? It's called do not comply. That's what Dr. Dean's going to do. Let me tell you why I'm not going to comply. One, I will not be in fear. You cannot be in fear. I will not act out in fear. All right? I'm not controlled by people who do not have my best intentions. And trust me, somebody on a little community board who thinks they know what they're doing, or a small public health official who thinks that they know what they're doing because they go by the CDC and everything else, they're not my authority. Now, here are the rules when it comes to mask mandates. They have zero authority over you legally. Now, down in Florida, there's a state senator. I believe his last name's Sabatini. I didn't look it up before I went on. I just remembered it from a couple days ago. He's actually sued on behalf of somebody in different counties. So he started with Orange County, I believe it was, which is Orlando. He sued Orange County and I think about 3 or 4 other counties. And he said it needs to become, instead of mandatory, it should become basically if you want to or not. Now, President Trump has said there will not be a close down of the economy. There will not be a mandatory mask order. There will be nothing. Governor DeSantis of Florida said there will not be a state mandate. So your county did not take it through a legislative process. Guys, this is why I say you have to understand how laws and rules work. And if you don't know, and trust me, I come across stuff that I don't know all the time. So what do? I start typing. I start reading. I have to find, okay, what are the rules? How does this work? Is this a law? Is this an order? How does it happen, right? Well, guess what? To get everyone to do something, they have to have a legislative process. They would have to pass a bill to make that mandatory. They have no authority over you without that. None. They can't just randomly do that. They'd have to have a whole process, just like they would do with vaccines. They're bullshitting you guys. That they just want you to comply. When you put a mask on, you're complying. That's what they want. This is not about a virus. This is about control. Now, I'm not saying every single business owner out there who's doing it. I know a lot of people are in fear, but this should show you exactly how easy it is for the public to go into fear. You have tons of people around scared out of their minds that they're going to die of this invisible thing, right? That they don't even know if it's there or not. So, I ask you, well, I should say you have to ask yourself. I can't ask you to do this. You have to ask yourself, what does this mean to you? For me, one, I know how a virus works and I know what's really going on behind the scenes. Two, I will not comply to an unjust order or law. That's simple. It's unjust. It's not legal. Now, on top of that, if you run into any problems, there's a thing called a medical exemption, guys. They all have to have medical exemptions. Now, you're going to say, well, I don't have a medical exemption. I think you could come up with a way to find a medical exemption. I think you could find a way to go to your medical doctor or any other doctor. I'm not going to say what to do there because I don't want to get in trouble. But I'm just letting you know. I will also have a medical exemption. And now here's the kicker with medical exemption on masks. All you have to do is say medical exemption. If somebody asks you, hey, put on a mask, medical exemption. They, from there, cannot ask you how you're medically exempt. You have privacy laws on your side. It's called HIPAA. Start learning about it. HIPAA laws they can't even ask you. They're technically not even allowed to ask you why you're not wearing a mask. I mean, obviously the order is unjust, but they can't even ask you why not, or they can't ask you anything. Guys, you have to take control and responsibility over yourself and stop allowing people just because they're, in a courthouse, or just because they work in a desk job and they put out little, newsletters all day or orders all day. You have to question authority. This is why we're in this position in America to begin with, because we stopped questioning authority. You have to put your elected officials and non-elected officials up to the task. You have to ask questions and demand that they give you actual answers, not to hide behind the curtain. This is not the Wizard of Oz. You don't get to hide behind the curtain, making the big God do what it's supposed to do and tell everyone what it thinks of them. Doesn't work that way. At the end of the day, stop complying with unjust orders and rules and laws. Just like if your kid goes out and there's an unjust rule, an unjust law, just because it's a law doesn't mean you have to follow it. If it's an unjust law, it is your duty as an American citizen to not follow it because it's unjust. All right? The mask is dangerous on top of the message that it actually sends. Think of all these doctors that are next to people all day long who are sick. And why are these doctors not wearing masks and not getting sick? Because they know exactly how the body works. This is how it works. Stop complying with your owners. Stop having a slave mentality. That's not who we are as a people. All right? Good. That's the thing on the mask. Now, let's dive into a little bit more federal, which is quite fascinating. Did everyone hear the Supreme Court will not hear a challenge to the new federal death penalty procedure? Let me bring this up for you. Okay. Supreme Court on Monday turned down a challenge to new federal death penalty protocols, potentially clearing the way for the government to resume executions as soon as next month for the first time since 2003. Seems like good timing for a bunch of corrupt deep state globalists to go around, I think. That sounds like a great idea, personally. Okay, now, it's actually funny. Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, if she's actually still alive, and Sonia Sotomayor, who's a President Obama pick, both indicated they would have accepted the case, of course. But it was not accepted. They lost out. The Justice Department was very happy, which means we get to continue with federal executions, which is, again, good timing, very good timing for deep state globalists. Now, I want to answer a really quick question because I saw something fly by the comments, and it was saying that what if I have to go to a store and they mandate it? Guys, this is where you have to, man up, woman up. This is where you have two choices. You either are going to stand up for yourself and you're going to push through their barriers, and you're going to be an American and a noble patriot, and you're going to declare your sovereignty, and you're going to declare your independence from unjust laws, or you can be strategic. So I thought about, okay, how many stores do I go to? Okay, probably a handful maybe, right? Okay, how many of those handfuls can I get delivered to my house? And honestly, I think I can get all but maybe one delivered right to my house. So, now, I do not want to pick a fight, all right? Not at all. I don't want to pick a fight. That's not my job. I'm not trying to pick a fight. So, I will order my food, have it shipped to home, and then I've been home for a while anyway, just going to random places like gun range. The gun range doesn't make me wear it, so I'm good there. I guess I will just be at home for the next several months, driving to and from the gun range, practicing shooting, and loving and enjoying my hobby, right? That's what I'm going to do. And I'll have my meat and my vegetables and my food delivered, and it's all I need. I got my clothes. I got everything else. I can get gas on the way. Yeah, I think I'm good there, right? So stop fearing. And I will tell you, this is actually making me decide which places I am going to be shopping in the future. Now, there's some local places that I know they're just scared. I'm not going to stop shopping them. But I will tell you, my wife and I, we have already decided going forward, that we're going to be shopping at local places as much as humanly possible. Now, that does not mean I'm never going to buy from Amazon again. Don't get that wrong, because I will. I buy from Amazon all the time because sometimes I need something, and honestly, local stores don't have certain things anymore. But we will shop as much local as we possibly can going forward. We have made that commitment to our communities. So both my community here at home and my community near my work and any other place I go to. I will do my best to shop as local as possible. So we have to make those decisions for ourselves and what is best for us. Okay. I want to show you now. Did everyone see that General Flynn published his first article today since being no gag ordered? Did you know that? The Western Journal op-ed ran an op-ed for General Flynn. I'm going to take you to it right now. Exclusive from General Flynn. If we don't act, 2% of the people are about to control the other 98%. Now, I'm not going to read through this whole thing, but basically, he starts off, this is him writing, I was once told if we are not careful, 2% of the passionate will control 98% of the indifferent 100% of the time. The more I've thought about this phrase, the more I believe it. There is now a small group of passionate people working hard to destroy our American way of life. Treason and treachery are rampant, and our rule of law and those enforcement professionals who uphold our laws are under the gun more than any time in our nation's history. These passionate 2% appear to be winning. Despite there being countless good people trying to come to grips with everything else on their plates, our silent majority, the indifferent, can no longer be silent. Okay? No longer be silent. If the United States wants to survive the onslaught of socialism, if we are to continue to enjoy self-government and the liberty of our hard-fought freedoms, we have to understand there are two opposing forces. One is the children of light, and the other is the children of darkness. So wait, was it this Q person that said from dark to light? Is that who said dark to light? So for all you asses out there who pepper me with messages constantly behind the scenes and on the posts about this Q thing, this Q thing, this Q thing. And I don't know, if you go to Twitter right now and you put in hashtag, I think it's take the oath, you will see thousands upon thousands of people around the world who are taking their oath. I did it as well, who are military veterans who are standing up for the QAnon, what do you call it? The Great Awakening. Right here, the United States, this is General Flynn's words. If the United States wants to survive the onslaught of socialism, if we are to continue to enjoy self-government and the liberty of our hard-fought freedoms, we have to understand there are two opposing forces. One is the children of light, and the other is the children of darkness. Yeah, that whole dark to light thing, that's just a bunch of crap, right? That's all a psyop. That's all these crazy people out there. You know what it is? It's passionate patriots. It's passionate people that want their country back and that will demand their country back. I'm not even going to show you the picture, which I'm sure you all see, of the two basically multi-millionaire attorneys who were outside of their mansion yesterday, who were ready to take out Antifa with looked like an AK-47, I think, and then the woman with a pistol who was ready to rock and roll. Like, she wasn't playing around. Now, everyone blasted them for not carrying their guns appropriately. You know what? At least they freaking had guns. At least they were standing outside of their front door ready to take down some people if necessary. So all the haters out there who are like, well, she wasn't properly holding the pistol. Guess what? She was holding the pistol, and she's ready to take somebody out if they breached her home. So that's what you need to be. That's what we need to do. And General Flynn is totally rocking it. children of light and children of darkness. Now, here's another. Let me show you this other article. Let me show it right now. Okay, here you go. A civil war has begun, but only one side is fighting. Soon, normal people across America will pick up rifles and defend this nation against Black Lives terrorists. Now, I don't always love natural news, and I don't always love Mike Adams' articles, but this is a fantastic article. And basically saying, and there's the people, right? There they are. So there's St. Louis attorneys Mark and Patricia McCloskey, who are ready to rock and roll if necessary. This is what we have to be in this country. This is so important. We have to take our country back. And if that means standing on your doorstep with your Glock or your Smith & Wesson or your AK-47 or whatever brand you decide, or your revolver, whatever brand you want, be ready to rock and roll, because this is America. And damn it, as I told everybody in my office today, I was so proud of them for being at the range, for confronting a gun, which not everyone's willing to do. Because guess what? There's only one thing that stops them from taking our country and putting us all in a FEMA camp. And that is the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment is the only thing between the evil and us. That's it. So you damn well better get ready. And I see Canada chime in. I see Australia chime in. I see UK. You're all with us. Even though this is an American fight right now, I also know you guys are having your fights. And again, where we go one, we go all. I take that as where we go one is humanity, we go all is humanity. And we're not going globalists. We're going to enjoy each of our country and continent's nationalism, and then we're going to trade ethically between ourselves and have a great planet going forward. We're going to have a population of different nationalities everywhere who actually start to like each other, because we don't have some bank behind the scenes making us go to war against each other. That's what we're going to do. Okay? That's what we're going to do. Now, couple more things tonight. Let me show you. Ready? You love this guy. This guy is beloved right now in America. Are you ready to meet this gentleman? I have followed his Instagram. I have followed his Twitter, and you folks have just shown him and showered him with such undying love that it's almost unbelievable. And get ready, after this one, you're going to also have to shower with him with undying love. So here we go. Let me show you the article. Yes, it's our friend Bill Gates. There he is. Bill Gates says the final hurdle to distributing a COVID-19 vaccine will be convincing people to take it. I'm in a mood tonight. I'm in a sarcastic, humorous mood. I had a wonderful day helping a ton of patients, and I'm just in a damn good mood. And I'm joking about this because this is the stupidest headline I might have ever seen. His final hurdle is distributing a COVID-19 vaccine that will be convincing people to take it. Okay? So this is what his worry is, right? This is what his worry, and you can read. I'm not going to read this to you. Okay. Some people almost feel like COVID-19 is a political thing, which is unfortunate. This guy is the smartest, stupidest guy on the planet, honestly. It amazes me. It amazes me how dumb he actually is. That is Bill Gates. And yes, I was messing with you because I'm in a funny mood because I just had fun today. I had people coming in from Texas to see us. It's all my wife. They're fantastic people. I got a chance to meet them. They're wonderful. We had people coming in from all over to say hi. I love it. We get some pictures taken here and there, and so I'm a bit happy tonight because I want to give you guys a bunch of stuff, and I want to show you how asses like this put out stupid articles about how they're a little concerned that we're making it political because it's this dangerous, horrible disease that You know, it kills 120,000 people in America right now. But did it really kill 120,000, or did the ventilator kill like 50,000, 60,000, 70,000? Is it really 120,000, or did they die of heart disease and diabetes and other comorbidities? Was that what it was? Because the only reason the number is going up right now, the number is going up because they're finally testing people. They weren't testing people before. So the number is going up because every single test probably is going to spike it. But if you really want to look, go to the death and hospitalization numbers. Because guess what the death and hospitalization numbers of COVID-19 are doing? Straight down. Straight down. Straight down. That's what they're doing. Okay? That is what they're doing. This is crazy. All right. I'm going to show you this really quick. I wrote this, or I posted this earlier, and some people panic. Don't panic. Here it comes. Twitch temporarily suspends Donald Trump's campaign account. Twitch and Reddit temporarily suspended Donald Trump's campaign account. Now, let me explain something to you. Twitch is owned by Amazon. Twitch is basically like a video game streaming type site. I don't use it, so I don't know a lot about it, but also it streams videos too. So Twitch, yes, President Trump's campaign was on Twitch because obviously there's a demographic there they probably want to see what they can do anything with. But they suspended him. And then Reddit, many of you have heard of Reddit before. It's a very big platform. Suspended. So that leads me into the Q maps. Here you go. So this was today. Post number 4537. Okay. COVID-19 Wave 2 fear push will end right after the 2020 presidential election. Down here, when does the NDA expire? RE Judge Report sale to foreign entity. Did you guys know the Drudge Report flipped? So the Drudge Report used to be like one of the best aggregate news sites in the world. Like #1 by far, untouchable, right? No. It was actually sold off, I think, to China, to the deep state. Okay, so it's been garbage ever since. I don't go to it anymore. Okay, think 2020 presidential election. +1, whatever that means. Removal blackout coming of pro-POTUS accounts. Win by any means necessary. All assets will be deployed this election. Sleepers pro will shift nay. Paul Ryan, Q. So, there's a lot in there that I'm not going to decode right now because I'm not the best decoder. That's not my job. That's the Anon's job. I will tell you though. So what this means is, now a couple people are asking me, that doesn't mean the blackout. That doesn't mean the dark out. That doesn't mean any of that stuff. Okay, this is what I mean by this. I didn't say that the removal of President Trump, his accounts, is the blackout. I didn't say that. What I said is, and I've been saying this about Twitter for a long time, is what's going to happen. They're going to suspend him off of probably Twitter, which is going to be the final one. And then on top of that, China will probably blast us with basically the electromagnetic wave, whatever they want to call it, and it shuts down all of our circuitry. Now, President Trump could do that before that. Taking him off is not what I call the blackout. What I'm telling you the blackout is, I think, is where either he pulls the plug on it and it goes down, or we're under attack by China from either cyber attack or actual physical attack. All right? That's what I'm thinking. Now, do I know for sure? No, but I'm pretty sure something's going to happen. Something. Have you guys seen? We have 4 months left, right? They're trying to mandate masks everywhere. They're trying to shut down everything. They're trying to destroy an economy again. Do you think a blackout wouldn't come? When the president's saying what, there was actually an article out today that said the president's poll numbers are so low, they want to ask him to suspend his presidential campaign. That's the most hilarious thing that I've ever heard. So the mainstream media wants President Trump to suspend his campaign because his poll numbers are low and they don't believe he'll be reelected, so he's not really in it anymore. How desperate have they gotten? that they think that the president should suspend his presidential campaign because of his poll numbers. That's the most ridiculous, asinine thing we've probably ever heard in a political arena. Even if the president's poll numbers were literally like 5% and everyone hated him, he would still run most likely, or he would resign because he sucked. But he's not going to walk away and suspend his campaign. I'm having trouble laughing. I laughed when I heard that today. I actually laughed out loud. Today, I'm just like, this is completely insane. Very, very dumb, and the president is not going to do that. So that's what I believe the blackout is going to be. Now, before we head out, I have a bit of a story for you, okay? So I was on the phone with somebody today, helping somebody long distance, and they talked about, and I'm not going to get all the details right, so I'll leave some out because I don't want to mess it up, and I want to give all respect to this gentleman. This gentleman is a veteran who is 100 years old, and he still going strong. He served under Patton, and this man is so with it still. Witty, sharp, physically there, etc. He's like on it. 100 years old. He still lives at home, I think by himself, and cooks for himself, does his things for himself, everything. 100 years old, served under Patton. This is the strength of America, patriotic people, American patriots. 100 years old, veteran, served under Patton, still has it all there, clicking like great. And he even had a couple disease processes that he kicked, like cancer, and he kicked them. And he's 100 years old, and he's still like doing his thing. Like, can you be any more badass than that? I mean, like, come on. Like, we're worried today about, will we have enough time to, to play the video game? Will we, we're honestly, at the end of the day, we're all snowflakes. Even I'm a snowflake compared to the 100-year-old man who's a veteran who served under Patton and is living by himself and still living life to the fullest. I am a snowflake compared to that gentleman. I admit it. Okay, call me a snowflake compared to the 100-year-old veteran who is an absolute gentleman, amazing man, and thank him for his service. You know who you are out there. Okay? Thank him for his service. We appreciate that. Also, last but not least, I posted a lovely parasite picture again today, and it was fantastic because this one is from a little boy who had some health issues, and mom wants him healthy, and within 2 weeks, we're getting stuff out of him. And what I always notice with kids, and trust me, let me tell you something about health. You adults, you are much, much more complicated than the kids. The kids heal fast. They're like quick, and the results are amazing. Now, we get amazing results with parents and adults as well. However, you're more complicated because you waited a long time to get it done. But this little kid, more calm, more relaxed, IQ intelligence went up. Fantastic, because we're getting the junk out of the system. If your kid is not pooping every day, you have a problem. If your kid is not paying attention, not listening, acting out, there's probably a health issue there. So this is what happened now. I'm going to admit something. So this morning I get to work and I was actually talking to this parent, and before I went on, she sent me a picture of the little kid I was working with along with his sister. And I will be honest with you, I got a little emotionally weak for a minute because I realized, like, part of the purpose is saving the next generation. And quite honestly, like, mind-blowing to see these kids that we are getting fixed on a daily basis. And so it's fantastic. I'm very thankful and honored to help him and others as well. So I appreciate that. Now, for all of you folks out there who missed last night's show or can't remember the website, did I tell you we're doing a gigantic giveaway? Would you like to know about the gigantic giveaway? Let's do this. You are noble patriots. You. To stay a noble patriot, you have to take care of yourself. Health, freedom, knowledge. That's what we talk about. Health, let's get some good organic pastured meats into your family's refrigerator and freezer from U.S. Wellness Meats. Let's get you 9 amazing books. Rule by Secrecy, Jim Mars. Behold the Pale Horse, William Cooper, which I'm reading on my Audible now. Thank you to my good friend Jeremy Ryan Slate. Go listen to his podcast, Create Your Own Life. He's fantastic. Extreme Ownership by Jocko Willink. The Constitution and the Declaration of Independence for your freedom. Jim Mars, Our Occulted History for knowledge. The Creature from Jekyll Island by G. Edward Griffin for your knowledge. Nutrition and Physical Degeneration from Weston A. Price for your health and your knowledge and freedom. Lick the Sugar Habit by Nancy Appleton. And then Be Obsessed or Be Average by Grant Cardone, along with a 1-year Weston A. Price membership. Go here now. Get this done. You will be happy you did. There you go. Whoops, let me not do that one. That one's a terrible way to do it. There you go. We'll leave it like that. Okay, that's what you get. Go there now. We're playing a game. It's a lot of fun. All right? A lot of fun. While you're looking at that, if you have any questions, let me know right now. I'll answer as much as I possibly can. Yes, my cough is better. Getting the hand. I told you I'd get stuff handled. Just some nights it's more than other, depending on how tired I am. All right? And it's going away, actually. If you don't eat meat, let me know. If you win this thing, I'll do something else, I guess. I'll send you a week's supply of lentils. Lentils and peas. That's what I'll send you. And vegetables. Maybe seriously, I'm not messing. I have to mess with my vegan vegetarian friends. I have some, and they are my friends, and I love them, even though I give them hell and they give me hell. Because if you have not noticed, I'm a bit sarcastic sometimes. And so I also grew up in sports. I played many sports. And so I'm a trash talker. I like trash talking for fun. When I talked to when I first met my wife, and I was talking to my brother on the phone one night, and my wife, after I got the phone, she goes, "Do you like your brother?" And I go, "I love him." She goes, "Why did you talk to him like that?" I'm like, "That's how we talk to each other. Like, we're beating the hell out of each other, right? That's how we are." Okay. So they want to know what the 4th of July news is. The 4th of July news is right around the corner. Right around the corner. It's actually being built tonight. I'm a slight little bit behind, but we'll be okay. Because when you see it, it's going to be fun. So go play the game. PatriotGiveaway.com. What are the questions? Okay, I'm going to answer TRS one more time. I personally am not... I'm not a TRS fan, not because I think it's bad. I just am not a fan. That's my own thing. I'm going to say that a second time. Okay? Because I know there's some people on my comments who are sellers and are buyers of TRS. I'm just letting you know it's not my favorite thing. I've explained why. I'm not going to go into it all tonight. Maybe another time. Okay. Space Force. That's a whole other thing. Maybe we'll do a full show on Space Force. Yes, coin shortage. I've been reading about that. It's not everything that they're saying it is, so I'll do that this week maybe and talk a little bit more about it. Arizona schools started the date pushed back. I don't think you're having school this year. That's just my opinion, okay? That's my opinion. I heard the Chinese attack could destroy all computers, even cars, because they have a computer in them. Very possible. I have not read enough into that, actually, Derek. I will, though. I'll look it up. Can I interview the 100-year-old veteran? I would actually love to. I'll ask if I can do that. That would be kind of cool, actually. Let's see. What's the detox? You'll have to expand on that. I do not bypass your body. So with me, I've explained this about a week ago. I do not detox you. Detox you is bypassing your physiology. What I do is I support your detoxification systems. Bowel, bladder, skin. I don't prefer skin, but bowel and bladder number 1 and number 2, right? Obviously the cell, I'm talking about elimination basically, right? I support those so they work themselves. I don't bypass them, and I support organs so your body will eliminate on its own. If your body begins eliminating again, so for example, if you poop once a day or less, you are not getting all of it out of you, meaning you are toxic, meaning your channel elimination, meaning the bowel, is not eliminating. So what do you need to do? A couple things. You need to support the bowel. Find out what is holding it back, like a toxin, a heavy metal, a chemical, parasites, pathogen, you name it, right? You help the body destroy that, right? I never bypass the body. That's not my job. I support the body to do what it's naturally supposed to do, get it restarted again, then support those organs. And then on top of that, chiropractic adjustments. If you're not going to the bathroom, I guarantee you somewhere between like T12 and L5, even the sacrum could be out of alignment, which is pinching on a nerve in your spine and not allowing you to eliminate properly. You have to find the exact source. It could be the spine. It could also be organ related. So that's what I do. I do not bypass the human body. I support channels of elimination and then get your body working properly. Then while I'm doing that, I get you eating so darn good that it allows your food mostly to heal your body as you go forward. That is the ultimate plan. That's how it works. So that was my long answer to that. One more question. Okay? Let's see. Thoughts on turmeric? That's a good question, Patricia. Thank you. Thoughts on turmeric? My question. Okay. Turmeric is very good. Very good. However, it is not the solution. So, I have used turmeric before, and I like it. However, you have to find out what the source of inflammation is. Turmeric helps handle inflammation, other things as well. But big time, handle inflammation. But why is the inflammation there to begin with? The inflammation there is typically because you either have a toxin or a pathogen bothering you, but really it's there because of the sugar. The carbs are making you inflamed. The trans fats are making you inflamed. The environmental toxins are making you inflamed. Okay, so turmeric. Now, I'm not necessarily a fan of staying on it long term because again, I don't want to bypass anything. But you can use it to like get things to come down a little bit. Why? Because with inflammation, a lot of times comes pain, and we don't like people in pain. If I have somebody in pain, I am very happy to give a nutritional Band-Aid because as an empathetic individual, I do not like to see people in pain, especially children. And so I am more than happy to do like a turmeric to give some alleviation of symptoms because it's natural. It's an herb, right? No big deal. It's spice, actually. But I want it ultimately to be taken down by the core cause, right? Which is whatever that inflammation source is. So that's why I say that, okay? But yes, I do. I love turmeric. It's a great product. It's a very good product for helping people get by. But again, even like melatonin, it's not necessarily a long-term solution you want because you got to find the source of the sugar, of the carb, okay? Wonderful, guys. I love you all. PatriotGiveaway.com. Get on it, and the merch is coming. The merch is coming. So let me give you a little heads up. The merch is coming. There's going to be training coming. There's going to be some products coming. So who out there is stressed? Is anybody stressed? Sorry if I stress you at night. I apologize. Some people tell me they watch it in the morning because they can't sleep. Trust me, I don't go to sleep. When I'm done in like 1 or 2 minutes or roughly here, I probably will not go to sleep till midnight because then I'm wired. Okay, it's just part of the game. I accept it. It is what it is. It's my purpose. I'll sleep in the morning or do whatever I have to do. Okay, not a problem. Okay, but that's That's what it is. All right. So merch is coming. Products are coming. My favorite products. So I dealt with stress my whole growing up. So trust me, if you're stressed, you have a friend who understands your stress, and I am working on stress for you. And I think I might actually put together some of my favorite stress protocols or something like that, and maybe we'll put something together for that. How does that sound? Would that help? Dr. Dean is very wired all the time. However, that's good for me tonight. Dr. Jason Dean, Revolution Network. I love you all. I hope this brought value to you. Let me know whatever you need. We will send out some questionnaires to find out exactly what you guys want, because my job is to impart knowledge on you for what you want knowledge on. And I will go down almost any road you possibly can imagine to do that, because I want to take care of you, the family of Noble Patriots, okay? So go to patriotgiveaway.com, because I want to give some meat and some books and some membership away, all right? And then stay tuned. We're going to rock and roll, and we're going to have a crazy 4th of July. So I love you guys all. Have an amazing evening. I'll see you tomorrow. And I think I might have someone on tomorrow that might be pretty cool. I have to confirm with them tonight. But we're going to be having on very soon the former pharmaceutical salesman, Gerald Rolise, who's a friend of mine, who's going to explain to you the real story behind pharmaceuticals and vaccines and how they sell them. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow night. Have a wonderful night.